when you start with this OST. This is one of the better OSTs in it. Because you have this one, and then you have the whole like bim 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 bim, bim that catchy one. Uh, I could like jump up and down to that one, but well, I can dance. I can dance, but I don't dance like that. Ichika took him. Ugh. Oh, I love it.
I can tell.
That like covers his face there, and he's like, "We're just acquaintances." And that like angers her, but she like realized like what he meant. Ugh. 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 And then she changes her hair. I mean
Just
that isn't
acquaintances.
that isn't funnily enough that isn't like totally too different from how I do my hair. Funnily enough, but whatever. Well, she gave him the wall slam, which is good because it's ironic. That
It
made
is
him,
very ironic.
yeah. It makes up for the wall slam in episode one. That makes up for it. Because I'll be honest, I'm tired of the wall slam. You know? I don't mind anime memes, but you've done it too much. That,
The wall slam cliche.
yeah, done it too much. You guys need to calm down. There's that and the whole, do you want dinner, a bath, or a bee? I'm done. I'm done, guys. Can you just, just pull it back? I've had enough. I've had enough.
They'll pull it back when it stops working on half the people who watch it.
It does work. I guess people aren't numb to it yet. I'm numb to it, especially when it's like a lolly doing it. Like, come on, guys, have some taste. Oh, this guy. Maybe he looks a little bit less uncouth now. Oh, this! Well, I like this setup. Although it's not ammunition that's ever used against anyone else. It's just a cute little thing. This one really isn't brought back much. Although that's quite the look on him. He's he's going through quite the experience right now. Yoda Kobi mo Yoda Kobi mo Kanashimi mo Kanashimi mo Anata sae Gotoubun nan desu. Ugh. 一つしくりはないも見抜けない。二つあなたなんかだからよ。三つのセグのこの気持ち。気づいてようつ気がすくとだんだん五つばかり改め。勉強だけじゃなくて君を知りたいよ。大嫌いから大嫌いから大好きへと大好きへと変わる心についていけないよ。どんなこともどんなこともあなたさえあなたさえご当分です。でも私はあなたが好きよ。Okay, that was perfect that time. So, any prior failure has been redeemed, even though I only got like one line wrong previously.
Redeemed. Redemption.
It bugs me that much. Imagine if I like sung the Evangelion opening and I like got it wrong or something. Ugh. But I'm just winging it. No takes, guys. No takes. I'm not like editing or whatever. No, I'm not gonna like re-record an editing of me singing it and be like, it's perfect. I'm not that much of a nerd. At least I hope so. Well, I am. I'm just. It is what it is. If I done goof, then I'll just redeem it later. I don't need to edit it. I don't need to edit out my errors. That's like lying. We don't do that.
We don't do that here.
No, I'm beyond it. Nothing shall be hidden. When I done goof, you get to hear it, although you probably won't even notice it. But I will, and that's
Oh,
why.
that's also the fun part of streaming is you can't go back on anything.
Uh huh.
You make a mistake, it's there crystal clear for everyone to see.
Uh huh. just not as much of a streaming person. Probably if I were to stream anything, oh, they're flashing back to it. I usually hate flashbacks, but you guys know how to just pull the punches. Yeah, it did. I mean, she gave you the pout face. Of course it did.
The pout face, the most powerful face of them all.
Yeah. She wanted you to say you're her friend. Maybe you could have gone further beyond, but at least friend, dude.
But you failed.
You didn't know what to say, and I don't blame you that you didn't know what to say. You know, it was a shocking situation. You'll need to amend it, which you'll kind of do, but that's in a bit. But if I were to stream anything, it's insane. What I was thinking of doing is streaming like every possible pathway on like Shadow the Hedgehog. I would just do a thing where it's like, okay, I'm up today, so I'll do like an hour long Shadow stream and do like one playthrough, and I'll just like do that until I'm like done everything ever in Shadow.
Oh, you could totally get people to watch that.
Uh-huh. It would just be like a daily thing, and I'm just like streaming Shadow, and there wouldn't be much to say. I'd be able to say like I'll be able to like talk about the pathway and like things I can say about it, what's in my notes on it, but ooh, well, she pulled her hair back, so looks more like more like Ichika, but well, they get them confused. I mean, granted, I mean like on Sonic as the topic, it's like people in media can be very colorblind.
Oh yes, 100%.
Get that hedgehog. I not remember in the quotes. That intro is so I love it. This is Sigma Alpha 2 heading due south over the city. We're en route. Everything's a go. This is Control Tower. We have you on radar. Report captured status of captured hedgehog aboard. Over. That's a 10-4. The hedgehog is whatever. What in the
She's taking out
world?
everyone on board.
What in the world? The dialogue in that game is actually like so good though. Seriously, you boys
Oh,
hate
I
on it.
love it.
You boys hate on it, but it's so memorable. It's so memorable. Sonic is not what he once was, man.
I know I actually live streamed the randomizer of it yesterday, and I don't think anything has killed me more than that.
What was it like? Cutscenes or what was going
All
on?
the cutscenes were randomized with different audio from the game,
Oh, that sounds beautiful.
and I don't think anything has killed me more than that.
Well, the game, like, almost every line in that game is quotable. To be honest, which is really good. When you can do that, you've done a good job. Sonic writing used to be so much better. The old boys, the old writers, we love them. They've been sacked since Black Knight. We pray for them. We love them. And Sonic will never be the same.
Yep, just like being at the just like first thing happening, you're at the last cutscene, and all you just see is Sonic come up and say, "Select a file, Mr. President."
Ooh, I love this. Grabs the hand there. Oh, what does
Oh,
he
the
say
hand
here? What
grab.
does he say here? This is key. What does he say here? What does he say? All right. Hmm. Boom, boom, boom. Whoa! There's your ammunition. Ooh, first jealousy moment from Ichika. It develops over time. It grows. I like how they do that. It's slow. It's slow. Even though Miku's like the first one who ends up liking him, it's built up. It's built up well. It's not. It is not sudden at all, which I like. Some of them do. Like 3D Kanojo kind of does that. I haven't watched that in a while, but they kind of do that on that one. But it's also kind of trollish. That one is okay, but this is much better. I'm sure some fanboy died hearing that, but it's just simply the case.
No, there will always be a fanboy dying somewhere, no matter what you say.
Yeah, yeah, well. Sorry, 3D Kanojo, alright, but this is much better. Okay, okay, boys.
It's just the strength of them dying depends on what you say.
Yeah, so, if someone died, well, I hope you dug your own grave first. According to Yoro, it might be better than this though. If we're talking about overall. Oh, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But I like this more partially out of fanboyism. But those are actually kind of comparable. But I'm not sure I would where I'd rate Kaguya-sama. Because honestly, the thing I like the most about Kaguya-sama is the fact that it's like legitimately funny. Like I was actually like laughing out loud at that.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah, like I thought. Oh, she's good now. Patana. Okay, you verified it, man. You verified it. But no, it's like Kaguya-sama in terms of plot and like characterization is good, but the thing I like about it the most is that I find it like really funny. Like it's actually legitimately funny. So we could do that next if you want. I think
Oh,
that'd
that
be
would be something awesome to do because that is honestly one of my favorites just for how.
yeah. Although I don't know the opening for that one, and that is one I'll have to learn the opening on because it's that opening. So well, I can do that, but yeah, I was thinking probably something like that we would do next. That's a good one. I don't remember how exactly this goes with Ichika here. Well, this is where you get the whole she's an actor reveal. I don't remember exactly. Hmm. Well, she like says she has to like go away, but it's kind of isn't built on. But oh, right. This is the first time where because she has this thing where she questions whether she wants Furutaro to be with Miku or she actually wants to be with him herself, and it's this kind of like subtle thing, and they do it quite well.
It's good. I think they do a lot of things good, and
Gotoubun no Hanayome.
it's nice to actually be able to compliment something on doing good.
Uh-huh. That's the thing. I'm not giving mercy points here. I mean, yes, I probably like this more than I should, but like I'm giving this like legitimate praise. There are few things I could actually say I have a fanboyism about. Like I probably have like a fanboyism about like the Mother series, but there's a difference between thinking something is just like really good and just saying it's really good and being like a fanboy about it. Because when you're a fanboy, that means you'll like kind of unreasonably defend it. Like I am not a Berserk fanboy, but I'll say like Berserk is like insanely good. I could give more praise to Berserk if I was even a bigger fan. I'm just saying it is that good.
Oh, I think it is insanely good.
Yeah.
Not a fanboy either, but I still think it deserves the.
Yeah. It's that's what it is. Like I could give it even more praise. I could it's one of those things where you could say like this is like among the best characters I've ever seen written. This is like you can say that and it's not like exaggerating. Like it's on that level. And if you want to go to that level, you can, and I wouldn't think you're pushing it. You
No,
can do the
that's
same.
what I am.
Yeah.
It's like if you fanboy over something, if you can justify it, go right ahead and fanboy over it.
Yeah. It's like the reason I might say I could be like a fanboy of like the Mother series is because I like love those games so much, but I can't explain in as good a way as to like why I do. It's honestly like it's a very unique thing. It's a very unique taste. You need to have. A lot of people, they don't have it. It's tough for me to explain. I just love it like so much, and you know, I could call myself a fanboy of that, but it's not like I don't love it for any reason. I love it because it actually does the whole idea of like you resonate with the protagonist kind of thing. It actually does it how it should be done. It does it where Pokemon like could not do it or Zelda couldn't really do it. But that's like a personal thing, like for you, right? It's like if it doesn't resonate with you, then it just doesn't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like me, I still love Pokemon. Do I love it for the story of the game? No.
The moment I read the Pokemon manga, I gave up on the story in the games. I just like the story. The story is the manga. That's the story I
Oh,
need.
the manga. If you want a story, it's there.
Yeah, the manga is that's my thumbnail. But the manga is the manga. I just love everything they handle in that. I love the manga. I probably love the manga a little bit unreasonably. Um, but for me, it's just when you're like a Pokemon fan and you like tried to enjoy the story and it really kind of just wasn't done justice in the games, and then you read the manga and then it is done justice, like in so many ways what you wanted. Ah man, it is just quite the satisfaction. Very love the manga so much, especially if you're a fan. Especially if you're a fan. But even if you're not a fan, I think someone who doesn't like the Pokemon games could just read the manga and still enjoy it.
I think so.
Ah,
I've only read the first two mangas, so the Kanto and Johto
yeah. Well,
ones.
that's good stuff. Hoenn, dude, you gotta read Hoenn. You gotta read Hoenn. You would like it in particular. You would like it in particular. I I'm not sure if I want to go in more detail than that, but I'll just say you would actually really like it. I know.
Hoenn's actually good.
Hoenn is really good. Hoenn is really good. I know you would really like it.
Does it stand on par with the first two?
Yes. Yeah, it does.
Okay. I was not expecting that.
Yeah. Um, Ruby and Sapphire, anyway. Emerald, a little less so, but Ruby and Sapphire, definitely. Emerald is, like, fine, though, as well. Have you read Fire Red Leaf Green?
I have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I initially dropped the Pokemon manga because of the ending of Fire Red Leaf Green, because I was trolled by it. At least I felt trolled by it, because it's like, oh, everyone is like a statue now? Are you kidding me? I was like really mad at that. I thought that was actually what happened. Like, So I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I was actually angry, so I like dropped it. Which is funny, but, I'll just say that is amended, And oh man,
Always forgiven in the universe.
it is forgiven, and they bring back gold and like A+ when they do that. I'll just say, very good. So, yeah, Fire Red Leaf Green. I was liking it up until then. It's redeemed. I mean, granted, I really like the concept of like Red like fighting Deoxys, like losing like that. These boys, they just know the concepts. They just know what to do. But yeah, Ruby and Sapphire, really good. Definitely recommend that. I only read around halfway into like Gen 4, but it was looking good. But I haven't read all of it, so
Gen 4, if we're talking just gameplay, is probably the gen I'm most familiar with.
yeah. For me, an individual game is like Leaf Green Fire Red. I know that one the best, but like the rest of Gen 3, I'm not as much on. Because the next Gen 3 game I know the second best is like XD. I didn't grow up with Emerald as a kid. I have Emerald now, of course, but I know Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and like Platinum really well. Um, so Gen 4 as a whole, yeah, that would probably be the one I know the most about as well.
Because no, I'm definitely the kind of person who will be like, "Oh, I have a Haunter. Let's use Shadow Ball." Wow, that did no damage. And then it's like, "Oh yeah, physical special split."
Yes, that's why ghost types are kind of back then, because like physical ghost types just weren't a thing, and ghost was like physical. And granted, ghost being physical is weird, but it at least allowed me to have that good Snorlax Shadow Ball, which was such a good thing back in the day. Or a slacking Shadow Ball. It's actually like it's really good because you have a normal type who resists ghost, who can be super effective on ghost, and have it be physical. Love that stuff.
I won't actually lie, I have never used a Slacking
Really.
in a single playthrough.
That's in my Emerald route. I use slacking there. I really like slacking because
Maybe it's just because getting it through its first evolution of Slackoth is just
yeah, that sucks.
painful.
The thing the thing with my Emerald route actually is like it's interesting how I do Emerald because um I have 5 out of 6 Pokemon by like the first badge. Like that's how I get that many Pokemon that quickly. So literally, like the first part of the game is like grinding them up all to like level 20 so they can actually fight because you catch them at like level 5 or whatever. Um,
Now I have used Shed Ninja though.
yeah. I use Shedinja on mine. I use Breloom. I use Ludicolo. Ludicolo is such a he's actually so useful. I think I consider him like the Pikachu of Gen 3. He's just so easy to use.
Oh, he's incredibly easy.
He has just such a cool type too, you know, because like what is he only weak to? Flying and poison.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty good. And a quad resistance to water, which in Gen 4 is or Gen 3 is great.
But yeah, definitely more equated to Gen 4, which is why most of the time when I do Nuzlocke, that's usually the gen I do it on.
That's probably what I would do. I like Gen 3 the best. That's probably the one like in terms of like planning teams and whatnot and like the TMs and whatnot, I know Gen 3 the best. But in terms of like the games, like the world and like items in the game and whatnot, I know Gen 4 better. But it's just because I've played the Pokemon I've played the most is Fire Red Leaf Green. I've played that game like 10 times or something. I've played that a lot. Maybe even more than that. This one maybe like 12 times. So I just know that game very well. It's just I love that game. It's just very replayable. I
I
played
think it is
XD.
pretty replayable.
Yeah, I played XD a lot. I think I played XD 5 times, maybe 6. So I played XD.
XD is something I've only played through once, but I remember really liking it.
Yeah, it's a game where like Coliseum. Coliseum is fun, but it's quite difficult to mix things up in that game. You really only mix up like 1 or 2 Pokemon in your team for the most part. XD you can mix up better. But I actually really like the fact that those games are double battles. I wish there actually was a main thing where you had a double battle game because it's more like a traditional RPG where you have like multiple party members. You know, I like double battles for the complexity. You know, because it's much easier to do things like rain dance setup and use things like reflect and whatnot. You know, you just have more. You have more. There's a better opportunity for strategy and things like that.
That's one thing I'll actually give Gen 5 credit for is the new battle options they added in, even though they hardly utilize them.
Well, I heard people were all hyped about triple battles and they hated them. And then there was like the Switch thing, which is well, I mean, I never played Gen 5, so I really don't know.
I like them both. The only issue is, as usual, whenever you add something new,
They have to spit.
someone will complain.
Mm,
Unfortunately, that's just how it works.
yes, and back to the series for a second. Okay, well that's wholesome, but back to back to the series for a second. He falls asleep because you know the introvert energy tanks they're down low.
They're depleted.
Uh huh. He had to think of what he's going to what he's going to call Miku acquaintance. No, whatnot. So it took a lot of toll on his brain, on his nerd brain. It would take a lot of
Just
toll on
typical.
my brain too. Granted, I mean my brain isn't made for that stuff.
My brain isn't made for social interaction.
No, it's made for like ranting and screeds and memorizing too much stuff.